What up, what up, what up? So, now I want to talk about, this is going to be my first video actually talking specifically about a bodybuilder. Now this isn't going to be to dig at a bodybuilder or, you know, to take shots at anyone or to do it to get views and, you know, all that kind of shit. It's not about that. But what it is about is using what you have to the best of your ability. Now, probably the most popular bodybuilder this year, and I'm not talking about Kevin Levrone coming back, Phil Heath and Kai Green, it's got to be the biggest non-competing bodybuilder. You think you know what I'm on about? Piana, Rich Piana. Now I want to talk about the keto. So like I said, I'm not going to slate him. It's not about that. I am a fan. You know, I don't buy all these apparel and shit, but you know, some of it's pretty cool shit. But yeah, keto. Let's not take away from the fact that Rich Piana may come across as a bit of a fucking idiot, and some of the stuff he does are stupid moves, but there is always something behind it. Always. I don't think he's stupid. I think some of the things he's done I don't agree with, like sharing his drug regime and things like that. But, you know, each to their own, and he was pointing out there what he was doing. He doesn't promote steroids. He'll always tell people to not use them and you know, don't go down that road. But let's say he's the most controversial bodybuilder of all time. I would have to say that. So, he did his bigger by the day. Bigger by the day. Probably one of the most popular YouTubing bodybuilding series of all time. And we're not talking about Summer Shreds or Christian Guzman and all that crap. He went from, I'd say roughly, I mean don't quote me, he was on around 250,000 subscribers when he started that. And now he's on about 750,000 subscribers. But what was struggling at the time was his brand. Now, believe it or not, I know it's out there now, but before he started, I mean, like this time, I wouldn't even say this time last year, beginning of last year, before he hit Body Power twice and before he'd hit Fibo twice, the brand wasn't doing that well globally. In the States, it probably was killing it, but globally, it wasn't hitting the targets it was supposed to hit. Then he started bigger by the day. Then he started his basically free marketing campaign hitting up local popular bodybuilders. So if there was a bodybuilder in your area that was quite a popular guy, you know, they'd become sponsored athletes. They'd be wearing the apparel. You know, they'd be consuming the supplements. And I say supplements loosely because predominantly it's just 10 different types of fucking pre-workout and some real food. But it was there. The whole thing blew up. The whole brand just blew up in such a short space of time. I think within the first month he'd gone up like 100,000 subscribers. So we can't sit here and slate Rich Piana and say, oh, he's this, he's that and the other. And I've seen it all over YouTube. And I'm not here to defend him. He can fucking defend himself. He can slapbox whoever the fuck he wants. But my point is, look at how he started and look at where he's at. Because I can remember him doing them fucking shitty videos with the, oh, what's the old, there's an old bodybuilder, I can't remember his fucking name. I think he manages Golds now or some shit. Summit Corner it was called. And he was on there and he sounded dumb as fuck. Piana sounded like a fucking idiot. And he was on about steroids and he was like, try this, try that, I try this and I try that. And I'm thinking, who the fuck is this guy? I'd never heard of him. And I'm not saying I should have heard of him, or, you know, because he wasn't competing, he wasn't as popular as we, you know, as he is today. And he's only as popular as he is today through YouTube. And that's the only reason his brand exploded was YouTube. And I think he'd honestly agree with that. So his brand explodes. He's got all this free, I say free marketing. I know quite a few 5% sponsored athletes. I'm friends with quite a few of them. And I know they get their, you know, the free hats, and I'm pretty sure they probably get like an allocated amount that they can spend per month, and then they just pick the kind of shit that they want. But yeah, so let's say each 5% athlete has got on average anywhere from 10,000 Instagram followers to 50, 60,000. I mean, there's some at the bottom end, and what I like about how he picks his athletes as well is they are your run-of-the-mill, you know, they're not popular, as in he could have gone to, you know, Steve Cook and gone, oh, come off Optimum Nutrition, come on to, do you know what I mean? They're not already, you know, they are popular within what they're doing, but on a small, grounded level. So their egos aren't getting the best of them, and I think as consumers buying, you know, 5% products, we're going to be able to relate more to his athletes than we would, you know, the big pro athletes. And some of them are pro, but his athletes, I feel are more relatable. Like I say, I'm friends with a few of them. So there's that. Yeah, they're doing it for, yeah, they get some free shit. But if you ever see any of their posts or things like that, they are, I'd say, like a fucking community. I wouldn't say family, because that's just bollocks. Half of them have never seen the other half of them. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not going to say that. But they are like a community. They stick together, they stand by each other. You know, they share each other's shit, this, that and the other. And that's what I like about it. But Keto, Piana, he is very knowledgeable when it comes to bodybuilding. When it comes to keto, I am genuinely putting this out there, I don't think he's got a fucking clue. I agree with 95% of what he does, and the other 5% I don't fucking agree with. But the whole, the only reason I'm making this video is because I'd seen something he'd said, and I thought, well, that's bollocks, that doesn't work. And I know, and I'll put it into context. Basically, he said he's doing keto. Now, we all know keto is no carbs. No carbs at all. At all. You basically stick to like your fibrous carbs, like your broccoli and things like that. So there's no carbs. But then he made a post-workout shake. Put his real food in. So he's put his real food in the post-workout shake. And to be honest, the shake is a quality shake. It's, you know, it's got everything it needs for a post-workout shake. But not if you're on keto. Not if you're on keto. So we need to get this point across. The only reason, and this is the only reason, I will stand by this and I will swear by this. The only reason he put real food, 2 scoops in, was because if he stops using real food, gormless fucking subscribers will be going, oh, well, if he stopped using it, I'll stop using it. Because a lot of people, I'd say, you know, the 500,000 new subscribers only subscribed because they were trying to follow his regime. Whether that was to see, you know, the visual following of the bigger by the day, or to join in and take part, because that's what he was encouraging. And I am all for that. I am all for that. And, you know, the standpoint he was coming from was to get people involved in what he was doing, which was awesome. I do agree with that. But what I don't agree with is making out that on fucking keto, you can put 2 scoops of your bullshit real food in a fucking post-workout shake and act like you're trying something, and it's bollocks. So please, I implore you, don't if you're starting keto, and I'm not on about the real food. To be honest, I've never tried it. Probably tastes fucking lovely. But when you put it with keto, it doesn't fucking work. It won't work. It won't. I'm not a keto expert, but I do know my shit. I've been doing this for over 10 years now. And you've got to look at it from where he's coming from. He's still got to promote these different brands. He will never do a protein, and I bet he's fucking wishing he did, because now he's on keto, the protein shake probably would have come in more fucking handy than having to put real food in a shake. And while we're on the point of real food, why call a carb drink real food when you could just buy real food for fucking cheaper? don't know. I have seen on a video, he does even say, don't, you know, if you can't afford my shit, try, you know, your sweet potatoes, you know, your real sweet potatoes, which would make more sense, but whatever. This is what I mean. Piana is, he's Marmite, you love him, you hate him, whatever, you know, I still like him. Like I say, this is not like a hate video, I'm just putting it out there that you shouldn't be taking fucking real food when you're on keto. It should just be high fat and high protein, that is it. No fucking carbs, stay away from the carbs, fatty. Yes, you. And yeah. But stay following him, see what he's doing. And like I say, don't jump on the carbs because he's jumping on the carbs. You've got to remember, this guy's a big fucker. I'm not saying it because he's going to knock on your door. I'm saying it because his metabolic rate is going to be a lot different to what yours is, because you are small. I don't give a fuck who I'm watching, you are small compared to Piana. So when he's sat there eating a fucking tub of Ben and Jerry's at night and you think, I'll do that because I'm following bigger by the day, and you realise you're getting a fat cunt now, that's because you can't keep up with him. His calorie surplus will be twice what you fucking eat on a normal day, so just to maintain that much mass. So he has to probably eat dirty shit just to keep that calorie intake high. I'm not saying he eats shit all day, because you know he doesn't, you've seen it. But I'm just saying he probably has that fucking ice cream just to keep the calories up, to maintain the mass. But yeah, keto, no fucking carbs, don't give a fuck what Piana says. If he wants to hit me back with a video, that's fine, I doubt it'll fucking happen. But what I'm saying is, do not take carbs, even post-workout, whatever, while you're on keto. And I'd only recommend you hit keto up when you first start for 2 weeks. See how you go on with it, because it might not benefit you. You might feel like shit on it. Do your 2 weeks. It can take anywhere from 3 to 5 days just to get into ketosis. I have got videos on keto on my channel. I'll drop a link in below. But on that note, I do love Rich Piana. I think he's good. I think his marketing strategy's been phenomenal. Doing the whole series and getting his channel to, you know, he's not, you know, he's 250,000 subs off fucking a million subscribers. And fitness, that's a fucking lot. That is a lot. You know, you got your PewDiePie, but when you got millions of kids on fucking YouTube, that's one thing. But when you got adults and you're on 750,000 just for adults, that's a lot. So props to him for that. He's full of shit when it comes to keto. But yeah, on that note, you know the drill, guys. Oh, fucking yeah, if you got a comment, drop me a comment below. Like I said, I'm not hating on Piana, so don't drop loads of shit in below. But yeah, if you got any comments, drop them in, because I do reply to absolutely every one of you. I do. Like I've said before, if it's a dickhead comment, I'm not going to reply. You know that. You know that. So yeah, drop a comment in below. If you like the video, hit like. If you don't like it, fucking don't, you know, click the don't like. Fine. Props, whatever. Do what you want to do. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I don't always sit here and chat shit and rant about something. I just needed to get that across about the keto. But on that note, I'm gonna love you. I'm gonna leave you. Peace.